everyone, I wanted to make a video here to talk a little bit about writing effective paragraphs for your essays. So the things you should know about a paragraph is that they are the basic unit of your essay. In a way, a paragraph is kind of like a little miniature essay, and it helps it to be more organized if you kind of have a system for creating those paragraphs. Now, just a little disclaimer before I get started, there are a number of different writing styles, and this is just one of them. So this is not saying that you always have to write a paragraph like this, or that it's always going to be the best for every purpose, but this is one technique to writing an effective paragraph that I hope that you'll find helpful to learn how to do this. So, as I said, a paragraph can be a lot like a miniature essay. In order to keep your paper organized, a paragraph should generally be about one topic or about one subtopic in your paper. You don't want to have multiple topics in the same paper. So, for example, if you're discussing rollerblading in your paper, for example, then you might have one paragraph could be about the benefits of rollerblading, one could be about the negatives of rollerblading, one could be about the costs of rollerblading. So again, you want to stick to the same subtopic within the paragraph because it helps your paper be more organized. You don't want things jumping around because it's harder for the reader to follow. So, first of all, the quick overview about an effective paragraph. It's most effective if you write a topic sentence. This is typically the first sentence in the paragraph. It doesn't have to be, but that's generally the way it's done. And the purpose of a topic sentence is to tell the reader what this paragraph is going to be about. And it also helps you as a writer be able to focus a little bit more on what you want to discuss in this particular paragraph, this particular subsection of your paper. Also, you want to write supporting points. So that would be points that either support a claim that you made in your topic sentence or ones that add more description or detail to what you had in your topic sentence. Again, that's going to depend a lot on the purpose of your paper, which direction you're going with those supporting points. And then you want to have a concluding sentence, and that just kind of wraps up the point of the paragraph, reinforces the main purpose of why you were writing this paragraph, and also helps lead you into the next paragraph if you're continuing on from there. So that's just a basic overview of the structure of a paragraph. So I want to start by showing you here an example paragraph. This is just a very simple paragraph so that we can kind of show some of the principles that I talked about in the last slide. So this paragraph, cats are my favorite animal. I love cats because they are so clean. They love to groom themselves. Cats are also wonderful because they are so playful. I also love cats because they make soothing sounds. It's relaxing to hear them purr. Cats are amazing animals. Okay, so we can see right off that the topic of this paragraph is cats. And something that I want to point out is that the entire paragraph is focused around that same topic. We don't have another sentence in there talking about how dogs are wonderful. We don't talk about football or other topics. We really stick to the same topic in this same paragraph. So that's the first thing I want to point out. And then I also kind of want to break it down a little bit more. So first of all, I'm breaking down the paragraph into the individual parts here. First of all, we have the topic sentence as the first sentence of the paragraph. Cats are my favorite animal. So this sentence, you can see, introduces the primary topic, which is cats. So right there from the beginning of the paragraph, we know that this particular paragraph is going to be about cats. Also, we know the purpose of the paragraph. It's to show how cats are my favorite animals. So we can expect that our supporting sentences are going to be supporting this statement, giving more explanation or details as to why cats are your favorite animal. So we come down next to the supporting sentences. So first of all, I want to notice that each of these sentences keeps the same focus. Again, we continually talk about cats and the different aspects that we like about cats. So everything stays focused. Each sentence here is a supporting sentence. Each one gives more explanation or more evidence to the topic sentence. In this particular case, we're not trying to prove something. It's just an opinion paragraph. So each one is giving a reason for the opinion that's stated in the topic sentence. So here, I love cats because they're so clean, they love to groom themselves. So this sentence here is a further explanation of why cats are my favorite animal. So the supporting paragraph, the purpose of your supporting sentence is going to depend a little bit on the purpose of your paper. But in this particular case, it's an opinion paragraph. So our supporting sentences are going to further explain the opinion that we've given here in the first sentence. If it's a persuasive paper, then your supporting sentences are going to be arguments that support your main point that you made in your topic sentence. So for example, if you were writing a paragraph where you were trying to convince people that cats are a better pet to have than dogs, then you would have that as your topic sentence. Cats are better than dogs, essentially. And then each of these supporting sentences would be a reason why cats are better than dogs. And that just keeps the focus of the paragraph on one topic. So again, just keep that in mind as you're writing your paragraphs, that you want each one to focus on the same topic and work toward the same purpose. In this case, since an opinion paragraph, it's working towards showing why you have that opinion. In the case of a persuasive paragraph where you're trying to show something's better than something else or something else is a good course of action, you want each of those supporting sentences to show why your opinion is correct, give evidence why your course of action is the best one. Okay, so that's the purpose of your supporting sentences. And I usually recommend 3 to 5 supporting sentences depending on the length of your paragraph and how much you have to say about that particular topic. Okay, so moving on. So the last sentence in our paragraph is our concluding sentence. And that just kind of wraps everything up, and sometimes it reinforces the purpose of the paragraph. So in this particular case, cats are amazing animals is the final sentence in the paragraph. So it kind of wraps everything up. It kind of brings us to a conclusion and also reinforces the main point of the paragraph. So that's one example here of an opinion paragraph and how that could be written. Okay, so here is another example, and this is an example of a persuasive paragraph. Persuasive, it's trying to convince somebody to do something. Okay, so we start off here with our topic sentence. Parents should teach their children to cook. Cooking is an essential skill that everyone should have. Children who learn to cook will be more independent when they move out. After they move out, they may have to pay for expensive cooking classes to learn how to cook. Cooking at home can also save a lot of money. Children will greatly benefit from learning to cook while they still live at home. Okay, so let's break apart the parts of this paragraph. Again, this is a persuasive paragraph, so each element in the paragraph should work toward proving this particular sentence right here. Our topic sentence shows the topic we're talking about, which is learning to cook, and shows our opinion on it, which is that parents should teach their children to cook. So right there, we've introduced the topic that we're trying to persuade people of. So moving on to the supporting paragraphs. We want each of the sentences to work to give evidence why this is true and correct. Okay, so first we say it's an essential skill. So we're arguing that everyone should know how to cook. We argue that children will be benefited by being more independent. We argue that if they wait till after they move out, it may cost them more money. And we also argue another reason why it's good to learn to cook while you're still at home is that it can save a lot of money. So each of these sentences works together to prove or give evidence for this topic sentence right here. Okay? So again, in a persuasive paragraph, you want each of the supporting sentences to show why this is true or why you believe this first sentence is true. Okay? Okay, so really quickly moving on to the concluding sentence here. Children will greatly benefit from learning to cook while they still live at home. So again, this wraps it up and shows the entire purpose of the paragraph. So we're saying the reason why we believe that they should learn how to cook is because it will benefit the children. So it adds kind of a sense of conclusion to it. It shows how we believe this particular perspective because of this. We're trying to accomplish this purpose. Okay, so I want to wrap this video up so it doesn't get too long, but I do want to make a real quick note that I've just shown one paragraph for each of these things, and you might think, well, what if it takes more than one paragraph to support a specific point? Okay, what if you want to add more arguments to this? Well, in the case where you're going to add a second paragraph, that would be a good spot to not worry about. You don't necessarily have to worry about a concluding sentence. You can, it sort of depends on how you're going to write it. But you can skip the concluding sentence and just go ahead and put a transition in here where you say something like, therefore, ... or you could say, furthermore, and then you continue on and give additional arguments in your next paragraph. And what that transition does is it shows that you're not wrapping up that subtopic yet. You're continuing to give more reasons for that. So anyway, that's one option. You can certainly continue a topic longer into a second paragraph and have your concluding sentence at the end of that section of the paper where you stop talking about cooking and skills. Or you can still have a concluding sentence here at the end of this paragraph if you choose, and then you'll just have a new topic sentence for your next subtopic in the paper. So for example, if this was a paper about specifically teaching children skills before they move out, then your next topic sentence would talk about the next skill you wanted them to learn. So maybe you wanted to argue that it's essential for them to learn to do their own laundry. So then you would go on to the next paragraph, and your topic sentence might look something like, another skill that parents should teach their children is how to do their own laundry. And that would show that you're transitioning from the subtopic of cooking to the subtopic of laundry. Okay, so I don't want to get too much into depth and transitions. I'm going to try and do that in a different video, but I just wanted to show you here the main purposes and parts of a paragraph. Again, you have your introductory sentence, otherwise known as the topic sentence, which shows the reader what you're going to be talking about in the paragraph. Then you have your supporting sentences, which give reasons or evidence or details to show what you're talking about and sort of gauge your main point for writing the paragraph. Then you have your concluding sentence, which wraps everything up, and it can add a supporting point as well, or it can simply indicate to the audience that, okay, I'm now finished talking about this topic and I'm going to move on to a different subtopic. Okay, so please let me know if you have any questions about this. I'd be more than happy to help you out with looking at paragraphs and trying to write them more effectively. But I hope this video was helpful to you. Thank you so much and have a great day.